We are live finally with session 25, Embers of the Phoenix. Do you guys remember what happened last time, or do you need a little refresher?
I know.
I remember part of what happened. We took some downtime, but I
Mm-hmm.
think Whitney does a better job at this.
So we are having some downtime, waiting until Gabby gets word from Misty about kind of the next steps. Um, was talked about wanting to try and use her extracts in her sipping jacket and also making more extracts for us. And we talk about trying to make some money. And in the meantime, there's a lot of hullabaloo going on in the city. The queen seems to be declaring the city hers, essentially. There's this um, all these banners going up with kind of her family's coat of arms on it. Um, and there are some people who come up and kind of ask us what we think, like some folks who had worked in the mine, and um, B and Sue don't really have much to say. And Waz ends up seeing Ronald and kind of brings him into it. Um, so talking about how the Queen is trying to build up support for the war. Ronald ends up giving this big speech, gets people cheering, and then the guards get involved. He says to clap for the guards since they will bravely die in battle for the Queen. Um, and says that we could oppose the war. It's been hard to do business because of the Queen. We kind of start going back into the crowd, and Ronald basically gets arrested because the guards don't agree to his deal of he'll go willingly if they leave the crowds alone. Um, so we follow and we just kind of hunker down outside until he's released like 6 hours later. And apparently they asked him to pledge his allegiance to the Queen, not mention Bessie, etc., and interrogated him. We told each other to keep up the good fight. So we tell Gabby what happened, but he was already there apparently. Still waiting to hear from Bessie, but that's not abnormal. We ended up going to a tavern, kind of get a vibe on how people feel about the whole Banner situation. And we heard some people talking about Bissy and Ronald. And Waz decided to give away some money through the games. I played, but then Waz made me lose. That was rude. Some chatter about what else exists. We're kind of going on like a tour of different taverns. We get some smelly cheese and a complex riddle on a scroll, but we figured it out. The answer was thunderstorm, and we got 100 platinum for it, so that was exciting. It was a stormy day the next day. Waz had some gross stuff for breakfast. I had a delicious breakfast. We went to the job board, and a guard was like, "Oh, you can't post anything." We're like, "We're looking not to do that." And it basically says, "You should volunteer to, enlist." I'm like, no. And the guard asks Waz for ID, and she runs away. So we ended up meeting back at the Biscot, and we went to is it ATL's store,
ATLs.
ATL, to see if they had any ideas about work. And then we went Dolph Saki, I think, um, to see about doing work for them in exchange for making us sipping jackets. So their job is for us to steal a ledger from a competitor, and Zeus says no, but then we end up deciding to sort of turn it into a prank, and we we have to distract this person while Boz is getting it from the bottom of their cart. So we argue about who is better with their weapon, and then we have to demonstrate. The cart owner gave the wrong answer, but forgive him, he's a layman. Um, I mean, I don't know. Michelle didn't say anything to contradict that. What I'm reporting is fact, then. Uh, let's see. Oh, they started hearing something under the cart, so Waz had to burrow back in, and we realized it was the wrong cart anyway. We gave him a gold to thank him for dealing with it. We did the same thing over, but this cart was with an orc. Waz was able to get the book, and we stealthed away and headed back into the city.
Very good.
Steven, yep. Oh, okay.
It's all accurate. No, I'm noticing that you are robotic. And
I am?
yes. Or at least were for a moment there. I think just because of the string of talking, but that definitely confirms the up and down string problem. Anyway.
Yeah, I might have missed it. I don't remember if you said that you guys did get a message from Gabby that Bissy was ready to give you
Oh, I
your
did
next...
see that in my notes, but then I forgot to say it because I was trying to go for it. So
Yeah.
we got a scroll from a squirrel saying that Gabby was ready to meet with us. That is true.
Yes. So you have this book in hand. You know that Gabby's ready for you whenever you are. What is the party you want to do?
I'm ready to talk to Gabby.
Well, first we gotta take the book back.
Oh, yeah. We gotta finish this up, but as soon as that's done.
For our jackets of sipification.
No.
Yeah.
Sipping jacket. No jacket of
Sipification.
sipification. That is so really a Steven thing. Like, let me take this word and try and complify it. Oh, wait, sorry, just complicate it.
Sipification. We're gonna get it. Yeah.
So
And did you
to
see this big offer from this bot, John?
what? Oh,
Promotion. Go type. Thanks, development, Alice.
and ban.
Oh. I was trying to remember what the site was, but now I've forgotten because you got rid of it.
I'm sure it was totally legit.
The most legit. Too legit to quit, in fact.
So yeah, you guys are heading to Dalsaki.
Dolsaki.
Yep.
All right, yeah, you guys can head over there, book in tow, and walk on in. There'll be two gnomes working steadily on these mannequins with these jackets on them, putting on these finishing touches.
Well, you work quickly.
Oh, you're back.
Indeed.
Did you get the book?
How long is turnaround on this?
We're just about done.
Oh, excellent. You do work quick. Well, I hope you're ready for some reading.
Did you say you had a plan for that book, or were you just going to hand it over?
Well, I don't really exactly like the idea of just simply destroying it, but no option I can come up with kind of works out.
Well, you're right. Destroying it would be a little too simple, so we're going to come up with something.
Just don't kill the guy, okay?
Kill him?
Yeah.
Why would we kill him?
I don't know. Some people think that's quite funny.
No.
No.
But he seemed like a well-off business owner. It's not like he can't handle the hit of a few hundred gold lost in a spell book.
Yeah, a few hundred gold.
Look, he should remember the spells and be able to jot down the ones he remembered for today.
I don't know. Is
I'm
that
sure
how it
that's
works?
the most valuable ones. I don't know. That's how it works with my formula, sort of. I guess sort of not. I don't understand. I don't claim to know how wizards work. Besides, he's probably got more than one book.
Oh, yeah, probably.
I mean, what weirdo only has one book? Right?
Right. All right, you want your jackets?
Yes.
All right, yeah, they finish stitching in. Above the breast pocket there is not a huge symbol of Dalek, but there's a nice little. So the jackets are kind of dark toned, blackish fabric, and the embroidery of the symbol of Dalek is in white stitching, and they're kind of just putting on these final stitches of the symbol of Dalek on them. And
it shows Dalek on them, or
like it's like those like Lacoste, it's like the little alligator in the corner. Instead of it's the same sort of thing. Instead of the alligator, it's like the symbol of Dalek. So it's like a light little.
Okay, whatever.
It's small. It's
We're
like
getting them for basically free, so I can't complain too much.
And I will put the item on
And if Zoo would rather not have one with the symbol on it, I can trade jackets with Zoo.
Do you all wear the same size?
Probably about the same, yeah.
I don't think Zoo cares all that much.
Okay. I think my character's chest might be a little bit bigger, but it'll work. It would work out okay still if that was a problem. But
as long as it doesn't magically make her have to follow the god, then she doesn't care.
No. But the item should be on all of your sheets.
oh, John, I already had one.
Oh.
But I'll take your version of it.
Now you have two sitting back.
I don't want two of them. Although mine had a use button when I did mine, but I don't know if it does anything. I did have it do something. That's weird. I don't remember doing that.
Oh gosh, these are 5 pounds?
Yeah.
Does that put you in over encumbrance?
Almost. I'm like 0.7 pounds off.
Oh, there you go. You're fine.
Do you may carry anything?
I was actually seeing if I had anything I could move to big.
Oh, weird. Okay, it just... No, it's rolling a 1d8 plus 0.
1d8 plus a minimum of 5/0 based on your caster level, probably. And your...
I don't remember ever programming this.
Well, I don't think I did.
Yeah, I just don't know where you would even program it from.
Yeah, 5 at caster level, and since you don't have a caster level that it's looking for, I guess it's putting 0 there.
Yeah, it's weird that it's programmed, because I don't see anywhere where it's set up here to do that. So, I'm just going to take yours. Yours has a nice picture on it. And it's not clearly broken.
And then, yeah, it would depend on what potion you put in anyway, right? So.
Yep.
But yeah, you guys have these nice, brand new, spanking new jackets. What else would you like to do?
I think that if we are done here, we should probably just go see Gabby. Unless you guys have other stuff you want to pick up.
Nope.
Thanks, I was going to do that, John.
Yeah, you guys can head over to Gabby. You head into the basement, through the trapdoor, into the stone basement area, where he's waiting for you with map open.
Alright, what you got here?
Yeah, so he kind of unfurls the map. Well, first he greets you, welcomes you back, and asks you if you're ready for perhaps your toughest mission yet.
Do you think we are?
I think we're ready. It's explodable, right?
I was asking Gabby, not you.
Whether you're ready or not, it's up to you. things are getting
Here I
quite
come.
things are getting quite serious. Our latest intel from Bissy says the mole has been found. But unfortunately, they were killed. Which wouldn't be the biggest problem. They're a mole. I don't have any sympathy for them. But it seems like the queen had positioned her nephew in this position and was anticipating them losing their life and using it as an excuse.
It was the queen's nephew that was the mole?
Yes, they went undercover, invaded our operations, and obviously took a different name, a different appearance.
Who better, though, to be willing to die for the queen than somebody who is of the same bloodline?
Well, I'm sure they probably weren't told that they were expecting to die. Well, this is all speculation. It seems the queen has used this as an excuse to mobilize, or at least our
I'm
intel.
Sure she claims now that it's Bissy that killed this person and not the person killing themselves.
Indeed. Well, they didn't kill themselves. They were killed by some of our operatives once they found out their nature. Not under Bissy's command, I'm told.
Functionally the same thing as killing yourself. I don't think it's coincidence that they tried to defend themselves and not, or that they tried to not just allow themselves into custody. Spy is a spy, nonetheless.
Indeed. And it's good to know where we stand in the country as he takes out these markers from his satchel and starts doing these circles on the map, which I will start revealing and discussing with you.
I'm excited. I don't know what you decided on for this, so...
He starts circling things in a green color and lets you know that these, through your back channels and ways of confirming these things, we've confirmed that they plan on being neutral in this upcoming conflict.
Who does? The places you're circling?
Yes.
Okay.
So you should start seeing these green circles.
Assuming Yuno is going to remain neutral. I know Yuno probably wouldn't, right? Yuno is going to probably align with the queen pretty strongly.
So after
a lot of neutrality.
Yeah, so after he circles these, he says, we've sent our people and tried to do the other missions other people were doing. We're trying to convince them to join the fray. But they have remained steadfast in not wanting to pick a side in this upcoming conflict.
Didn't manage to get Yahweh. Or Hawaii.
But he takes out a red-colored marker and starts circling some other places. These places we've confirmed through one way or another that they will support us/Bissy. Why can't I select this? Oh, it's a different thing. And this is just for thematic purposes. But he starts unveiling the cities on your side.
Prison will support us, right?
What's that?
No. The prison is not going to support us.
How about the circus? Definitely the circus, though, right?
They are unimportant in this conflict. But then he takes out a yellow marker and he says, these are the cities, the ones that are left, we are sure they will throw their support behind the queen.
Well, that's not much, but... I mean, Yuno is a pretty powerful place, I'm assuming, right? That tower wasn't built accidentally.
Yes. The Yuno has a lot of military strength, whereas we have a lot of trade that we're able to cut off from the kingdom. So we are favored in a long conflict. They are favored in a short conflict. Anyway, well, anyways, I just wanted to give you a big picture of what's starting to take place. Your last and final mission is one of great importance. Let me look at my notes. I've expressed to Bissy that you would prefer to get some more wealth on your side to prepare yourselves for this final conflict that's brewing. And we've tracked down some invaluable items that you can either utilize or sell for cash. Depends on your needs or wants. We've tracked down a band of difficult groups of people that have consolidated these items one way or another. I'm not sure if you care about their origins, but know that these people are not their rightful owners and you'd be liberating them. So, I will go through the items that you can expect to obtain from this. Our scouts tell us they have a batch of scarabs of protection. And a batch meaning they have 4 of them. I can put this in chat so you don't have to write it down. A cloak of etherealness. Did I misspell that?
Etherealness. It's a funny word.
And gloves of the shortened path. Boots of teleportation.
Ooh.
Oops. Oh, there's only one more thing. And finally, a shadow form belt. I'm told that these items may or may not be super useful to you in whatever your plans are, but I'm told that each of these are high valued items that you can earn quite a bit of money from just selling or funneling through our agents for cash to help people.
I'm assuming you've got details on what these things do?
Yes. Did you want to brief things of what each thing does?
Yes, that would be useful.
Yes. Let's start with this belt. It will grant someone a... I don't know how to describe this without... I'll just give you the details. +6 enhancement bonus to Dex. As a swift action, you can become incorporeal. You do not gain the deflection bonus to AC while in this form. But his natural armor's bonus is converted to deflection bonus. The wearer can remain incorporeal for up to 10 rounds per day. The rounds need not be consecutive. Boots of teleportation, you probably know what they do. 3 times a day you can use them to act as if you had teleport yourself. Scarabs of protection.
Meaning we could take other people the same way you can with teleport?
Yep, as if you were casting the spell yourself.
We should keep those.
Well, so far I like both of the things that have been listed.
Yes, Scarabs of protection. If you hold it for 1 round, you'll gain spell resistance 20. It will absorb energy draining attacks, death effects, and negative energy effects. Once it absorbs 12 such attacks, the scarab turns to powder and is destroyed. The cloak it seems to absorb light rather than be illuminated by it. On command, the cloak makes its wearer ethereal as the ethereal jaunt spell. It is dismissible. The cloak works for up to a total of 10 minutes per day. The minutes need not be continuous, but it must be used in 1 minute increments. And finally, the gloves of the shortened path. Once per day, you can bend space to extend your reach to a non-adjacent square within line of sight. For the next 10 rounds, you can touch anything in that square as if it were in her own square, as long as you have line of effect to the target square. You may change the target square as a swift action. When using the gloves to touch, attack, or manipulate anything in that square, the wearer's arms and hands also appear in that square, allowing creatures and effects to target her as if she were in that square. She cannot use this connection to transfer anything from her square to the target square or vice versa. If she drops anything, it lands in her square. She can use her hands, including natural attacks from those hands, if any, handheld objects, such as lockpicks, and melee weapons in that square as if she were there. The square is part of your threatened area, though she cannot use the gloves to provide flanking for herself. She cannot use the gloves to grapple, make range attacks, or make attacks that require her to move out of her actual square, such as a bull rush. Interacting with the target square is distracting, and anything that threatens her in her actual square automatically flanks her. If the wearer or her square is blocked from using the teleportation or planar travel effects, such as dimensional anchor, the gloves do not function. She cannot use the gloves to target a square protected by such an effect.
These things are slick as hell. Also, I looked up their entry in the SRD, and the price to cost is definitely incorrect. Why it costs only a third of the price to make it, I don't think is correct, but...
Does that mean the market price is wrong or the cost to create is wrong?
The cost to create it is wrong, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. No,
the market price is usually correct. And based on what you would need to have in order to do it, and what it's the deviation of, that would be about right.
I wonder on Archive if it's the same. Anyways. So yeah, he gives you those list of items.
These sound amazing. How do we get them? Where are these people? How many bombs do you think they'll take to blow up?
This is the difficult part. And this is why it is one of your final tasks that will help you get ready for this coming conflict.
When you keep saying final tasks, do you mean this is a suicide mission?
No.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like we're not going to come back from this.
No, I mean, you should. Wow, it is listed as 8K on Archive as well. Weird.
Oh, weird.
Oh.
Oh, well.
Whatever. Yes, so the details we got on the creature that possesses all of these items is an miasma demon.
Oh.
Can you put that spelling in the chat?
I can indeed.
Wait, so is this like a pre-mission? Like we could get these things that would then help us for the final mission?
I
Yeah.
think
Or
he's
this
saying
is
we
the
need
mission?
to get these things or we're not going to succeed at the final mission.
Okay,
mean,
but
you
getting
can-
these things is not the final mission.
Well, it's your final task before whatever happens. It's the last order from Bissy before... I don't know. He said this was his last order to you all, so I'm assuming whatever comes next...
Very ominous. What the... Why?
I thought you were saying that we could use these items or use the money to prepare for this mission, but you mean for whatever comes after this mission.
Yes.
Okay.
When I mentioned needing funds, it looks like Bissy's strapped, but he did locate, like I said, these items that would produce the funds you need, or you can utilize them to your whatever ends seem to happen. Whatever role you wish to take in the final conflict, I'm assuming there will be fighting that happens, but if you are all suited to kind of skirt around the battlefield and do certain things, these items may help with
You're
that.
aware of more than you're letting on, aren't you?
No, I'm in the dark just as you. Like I said, I have a feeling that the Queen is mobilizing her forces very soon after the news of her nephew being killed.
Like she'll go to war?
Yes. I think she wanted to use this as the final straw to cut out Bissy's rebellion. He's been... What are you writing over there? He's been thwarting her behind the scenes, but both are aware. Bissy and the Queen are both aware of each other's actions behind the scenes. I think she grows tired of having to play this game and is outright wanting to take over Aldebaran or force it to her will. I'm sure she'll make a show of it and not attack directly. She'll demand Bissy swear allegiance, and I'm assuming he won't, but all of this has yet to transpire. These are a lot of assumptions. We don't know how this will play out, but things are moving quickly now. So out of character, you can look up this creature's stat block to whatever end you want, but in character, I can go through. He'll go through the info they have.
I think the idea here would be we would go to our vampire buddy to find out as much as we can about what this creature is like.
Yeah, and Gappy here has he has the basics of it if you have any overarching questions. But to get the exact stats, yeah, you would do your research and you can look up the stat block as you guys wish to make any plans. He also lets you know that this creature has been seen in the company of strange creatures known as amber skeletons. They are some sort of constructs created to serve it. To what end, they don't know, but you, again, can look up this stat block if you wish, or ask any questions about that.
You said amber, what was the other word?
Amber skeleton.
Oh,
How many amber skeletons has he been seen with?
Good question. Let me consult my intel.
And these are the creatures from... well, one of them is a modifier on an existing skeleton.
This creature was seen with a group of 4 to 6.
Okay. And just to make sure I'm looking at the right block, this is the one from Tomb of Horrors, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just confirming because that's technically third party, but the Tomb of Horrors book is fairly well balanced within the...
the stat block I looked at is not anything crazy, so it's just the CR6.
No, the Tomb of Horrors stuff was actually done using the proper system to generate the creatures. So most of these monsters are pretty well balanced. I'm not worried about that. I just want to make sure I was hitting the right thing. Because I know you and I are mostly full, like, Pathfinder Prime, but just wanted to make sure I wasn't looking at the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
Constant sea invisibility. Well, I guess we're not sneaking up on this thing invisible. I mean, we'll probably sneak up on it, just not invisible.
Well, the skeletons can't see invisible, so you just have to avoid the one creature's sight. They were seen taking... they've set up camp on... you guys are on the world map. There are cliffs nearby that these creatures have claimed control of, just off the coast here.
I don't think this seems non-doable. I think we need to prep our weapons a little better. Just a little bit, though. If they have resistance to weapons that are not good aligned, that could be a problem. Thankfully, they're demons that are not immune to fire. I appreciate that.
They are resistant, though.
Huh?
Their perception.
Yeah. I mean, we're up there. It's basically a 50-50 shot of not being seen. They have good eyes. We have good ability to hide. Some of us better than others.
The biggest problem is I'm assuming that this main creature has the gear on it, and it does have the ability to teleport at will. So you may want to dimensional anchor it or disable its teleportation ability.
Well, that's going to be a little difficult, right? It is resistant to spells, and at a pretty strong level, it looks like.
Yes. I'm assuming it won't teleport immediately upon seeing you. It's only when you pose a threat. If you start killing all of its minions quickly and it's bloodied, it probably will try to escape. So perhaps there's a method that you can do to work on disabling this ability before it decides to want to use it.
It has telepathy. Does that mean it can read our minds?
Let me look at telepathy.
No, telepathy, if I remember right, is just it is a two-way communication, but
You can mentally communicate with any other creature within 100 feet that has a language. It is possible to address multiple creatures at once telepathically, although this is difficult and to have a conversation. Yeah, so there's no save on the spell, but I guess I would maybe give you a save if you try to resist it, because it's not a harmful spell. But yeah, so it wouldn't be able to read your mind. It would just be able to talk to you in your head.
Okay.
yeah, it's basically talking without moving its mouth is all it's doing, in a way that only you can hear it.
Does that mean we assume it can also cast spells silently?
No. Casting, it's spell-like ability. Well, they're spell-like abilities, so they don't need to use the same things that we would just to cast spells.
True. And its spells are pretty lackluster for offensive. It's really just Dispel Magic, Greater Teleport, Unholy Blight, Blasphemy.
Yeah, I don't really
Which
see
are-
it using Unholy Blight on us, especially with it as weak as it's going to be overall.
And it has Web, but
Yeah, but that's unlikely to do much either. That's Reflex Save City, and we don't really care about Reflex Saves. I think our biggest
Alright,
worry
so-
is the Dispel Magic, and potential, I think Blasphemy is not irrelevant.
So the teleport it can do without casting a spell?
well,
Because it's at will, is that right?
it still has to like do a standard action, but it's like a spell-like ability.
Yeah, so Blasphemy could be not irrelevant, since Blasphemy it casts as a level 14, we're level 8, so it would give it the ability to paralyze, weaken, and daze us. So that could be that was the one that could be problematic, because we would be paralyzed for 1d10 minutes. If we fail.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that one is probably something you'd want to help avoid.
Well, I have a way out of paralyzation myself. I have an ability called Banish Blights.
I believe Silence would also render this useless. Because it's
Is it
Sonic-based.
Sonic?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Okay, cool.
It's also Evil Descriptor, so I don't know if you have anything like about that, but it's Evil Sonic Descriptor. Evocation spell. And it's a 40-foot radius around it, so as long as you maintain a distance, or there's many ways to deal with this. I'm not going to tell
Think
you
about
what to
the
do.
fact at first that this thing is probably going to be using every one of these items.
Yes.
Especially the Shadow Form Belt.
So, do we know if the teleport boots are what make it able to teleport, or if
No,
it
it-
just has that
It has
ability?
greater teleport.
It has
Okay.
greater teleport.
So, okay. I just want to make sure it's not like we can get its boots off and they can't teleport.
I think that's probably harder than just killing it.
Well, okay, I'm just trying to brainstorm.
I know I haven't tried it, but I've never tried to take somebody's boots off while they're standing, and so. But I'm pretty sure it's really hard.
I don't know. A zoo is pretty stealthy. I bet they could do it.
Even with our ACs, this thing is very likely to hit us.
I don't know. Doesn't Ozern have like a fucking million AC?
it does feel that way, but I
Not
think
a
it's still
million,
50-50
though.
versus Osrin.
Only
Yeah, only on the
26.
first attack.
Well, 26 before you turn on all your things.
Yeah.
Should be about a 29, I think. So a little under 50-50. So it's going to hit more often than
Yeah, I'm
not
nervous
for
about
good
that whole
damage.
paralysis thing, though.
Yeah, only has 2 of those.
I mean, even if one of them worked, I feel like that would be pretty damning.
Well, like I said, silence pretty much renders that useless, so... I don't think any of you rely on verbal spell casting, so walking in with a silence aura is probably the way to go.
Yeah, honestly, I think a lot of things would be probably most beneficial if we started kicking on silence just in general. I've been trying to find a way to do that consistently. The problem is we don't have access to casting it. And I think silence is silence rounds or minutes per level? I'll look
It's
it up.
rounds.
Yeah. Yeah, it's rounds. There was another thing though that was like silence. There it is. It's this. No, it's a Bard 4 spell. But it's hours per level.
So yes, I wouldn't diddle-daddle with this. Try to get it done as quickly as you can, because I'm not sure what the future looks like when the Queen mobilizes her troops. Of course, I will send word to you if you're not in town when that happens, so you know.
Of course.
But I'm expecting her to make some announcement any day about the death of her nephew.
Is there anything that you know of in advance that we may be expected to do when that time comes?
That I can't say. We're gonna have to wait for what happens. I think Bisaba is going to be calling the shots at this point. I haven't received any further orders once we learn this. So it all comes down to what the Queen decides and how Bissy will react to it.
For the places that say they're planning to be neutral, does that mean we should expect that in general their people will not fight for either side?
Yes.
Okay.
That would be the
I don't think the
assumption.
Queen will figure out a way to conscript them anyway.
Sure, she'll try, but... So allegedly, these are free cities. They should have a right to decline the Queen's call. Though if she's taking people up off the streets to yell at them about their opinions, well, who knows?
Well, feel free to let me know if you need anything or have any other questions.
Thank you. I will.
Since we are getting close to the
Thank
end,
you.
and I don't know when I'll see you next, I figured time I told you my full name, since I don't think I've told you it.
Oh, in case we have to send you a message upon our deaths?
No. I just feel like we should know each other's full names. He gives you his full name.
I will utilize this to imprison your soul forever.
Please don't do that.
I'm not a wizard. I can't do that anyway.
spelled the name wrong the whole time. Oops.
Am I supposed to recognize that last name?
You're supposed to recognize the name in its entirety. You know I like my anagrams.
Yeah.
This is the anagram for that's what we're supposed to figure out.
You don't have to figure it out. It's just out of character.
No, but now I want to know.
It's not a full anagram, right?
I believe so. It should be.
It's Isaba Gata.
Yeah. That it is.
Oh yeah,
I was
I
going
was
through it
like,
like it looks
Bissy,
real
and I was
familiar.
like, no. Gabby has a very feminine name. Gabby Tasha.
It's his middle name.
You know, Dalek would be really proud of your name.
Why is that?
You ever reassemble the letters?
Yes. This is my chosen name. If you figured it out, I owe Bissy my life. I was nameless before
What
I
happened?
met him.
This is the orc from Islud, isn't it?
Maybe.
Oh, stop maybeing me, John.
I was no more than a slave when I met Bissy.
Oh, John,
I
love
owe
it.
him. I owe him my life, and therefore I took a name to give him credit, or not directly anyway, since I was going undercover, but to those that know would know, and to those that know now know.
Steven's heart just melted.
It did. Out of character, I want to hug this character.
All of our agents are
What was the
performing.
orc?
Hmm?
Oh, good.
All of our other agents are performing final tasks to prepare for this final conflict. So they're out on their final missions before they return to their home operating place. So whether it be this city or Aldebaran. So if you need any resources, we will be strapped, but I can scrounge up anything you need in the coming days if you so need it.
I want to try to find herself some way to get some silence. That's all. But I think we can figure that out on our own.
I'm told you've made quite a name for yourselves. I'm sure you have made some powerful friends that can help you with anything I can't.
Indeed.
Well,
Thank you, Gabby, for everything.
that's all I have for you. Best of luck.
I hope
Yep.
we'll meet again.
Me too. He will give you all tight embraces if you allow him to. And,
Tight embraces.
yeah, tight
Oh
hug.
my god. Bissy is hugging Bissy.
And wish you good luck on your last mission.
Yeah, it really feels like you think we're gonna die.
It's like your last mission, and then after that, it's kind of like it's not really a mission. It's like life. It's like you have to deal with like what's happening.
Here's what's happening. What are we going to do with what's happening?
Exactly. It's not like a mission where someone's telling you to do something. It's kind of whatever. Well, unless Steve, out of character, Bissy wants you to do something. Then
Yeah, but there is nothing. What it needs to be seen what the queen will do. So,
Last official mission.
yes.
Yeah, and then we'll be lost just like he was.
All right, well, let's try to find ourselves some way to stay more quiet. In the meantime, can we take a short break?
yes, let's take a break. As I switch to break. We are back. You guys have the town to yourselves to stock up on what you want, or buy things you want, or do what you want.
There's some just free silence hanging around, maybe, right?
From some free stones of silence that are usable an infinite number of hours per day.
Yep. Yeah, let's use those.
Those don't exist.
Mm.
We could
Okay.
always cast Deafen upon ourselves.
How would that help silence him?
Well, we wouldn't be able to hear, so we can't hear the blasphemy.
Right, but then he could still teleport himself using teleport.
Sure, but I'm just trying to avoid the blasphemy.
Right, but don't we want to avoid both of them? Like, we need to keep him here.
Oh, sure. Right. Survive first, kill later.
No. That is not my approach.
I don't think protection from evil helps us enough here. Let's see. Yeah, protection from evil doesn't do enough. Doesn't relate directly to this. It's gonna be harder than I thought.
Oh, yeah, to get everything that's worth so much. I mean, I didn't think that was going to be easy.
That's not even my big worry.
What's your big worry?
That we just end up going there and, unfortunately Dalek has it in for us and decides to make, a nice trick out of it. I don't think he'd do that, of course, but you never know. Dalek's a fun one. I know there's a spell, and I can't remember the stupid name of it. Is it? I think it's this, right? Oh, we can always go in the hard way.
What does that mean?
Just go there and try to kill it, and then see if we fail.
You mean without any preparation?
Yeah. I don't think that's
No.
very well, but
That sounds like a bad plan unless you're feeling suicidal. If so, I feel like that's a separate conversation.
no, I'm definitely not feeling that way. But I'll try to chat with it. Maybe it'll work with us, not against us.
The demons, you know how agreeable they usually are.
Oh, yeah. They're always willing to work with people, as long as you have something beneficial enough to them. For them.
Yeah, and what would we offer them?
One of us.
No.
Oh. Yeah, I suppose that probably isn't a good exchange.
I would say not.
Some of that stuff, though, seems like it's about as valuable as an entire person.
I guess you don't value people much.
I value people a lot. Some of those things are worth a lot.
Oh my god.
Really, I probably should have said it's like worth 30 people. At least 100 farmers.
Yeah, you guys would know that it's an intelligent creature, so it can be talked with.
Yeah, I think we might have a hard time convincing it.
Does Gabby know anybody that's actually seen it?
Yes. His 2 scouts reported finding the cliff with them on it, creating a sort of a base camp. Did you want to speak to them directly?
Yes.
Yeah, you can get these 2 scouts. One is a halfling and one is a human.
Did you get any details about this creature, like a name or something that it goes by?
Yes, the human will tell you. On his pass by that area, he did hear its name and can give you some more details that you were asking about. He heard its name. He heard them. Oh wait, do the Amber Skeletons speak, or are they? Oh, they do not speak. So actually, you wouldn't have heard its name. He shrugs, but he did see that it does seem like he was creating a temporary base camp of some sorts. They were clearing the area. They were like setting, or I guess they don't need tents, but they were setting up like an area for it to sleep and stuff. So for some reason they were setting up that area. So it seems somewhat, it's not like a barbaric creature just like rampaging through the lands. It seems to have some purpose or something it's doing.
What's its name?
He shakes his head. Its minions are automatons or whatever you want to call them. They don't speak. They're mindless creatures.
Oh, okay. You didn't hear the name.
Yeah, unfortunately. But I could share memory with you. You could try scrying on it. You could try. I think people could send messages, speech through a sensor.
Yeah, I think it's still useful. It's still useful. If you can come with us, there's somebody we'll need to have included in this.
Sure.
Yeah, and I think the right person to go to would be Galamfi.
Yes, indeed.
Who's that again? Is that the shopkeeper?
That's the gnomish bard that can scry and is willing to cast anything for money, and will keep things secret.
Yeah, you can bring your scout to Galfini.
Galanthony is what I have.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's a gnome, a gnomish boy. Yeah, he has the proper setup because I think you guys literally he scried for you before.
He did, yes.
So yeah, he can, being a bard, he can share memory, and he can attempt to scry on this creature, which will resist him. Attempt to anyway.
Actually, hold on. Let me check something real quick before he does this. Because the curiosity, I just want to double check was scrying. Right, so this might seem like a pretty big ask too, but after you if you manage to establish the connection, can I borrow your body for a few minutes during the duration? I'll give it back and I won't do anything bad with it.
How do you plan on doing that?
Marionette possession, so you have to be willing.
What is this ability?
I would have to get a potion. I would have to get a scroll of it, but Marionette Possession allows you to basically use a lesser version of Jar the Soul. So I would take over his body. So once he establishes this scrying and the message, I would want to take his body. They have to be willing in order for it to work. And yeah, the target soul shares its body with you. It is helpless, but it can still use its senses. You and the soul can communicate telepathically, as if you've been using a common language. And it lasts 10 minutes per level, or until I return to my body.
Well, how much are we talking for this scry and whatever this is?
That's what I figured that was going to come down to. I don't know. I don't know where we're at on money. I'm not carrying all the bulk of it now. Because the problem is with the scry, I can't communicate, and I need to be the one to be communicating.
What would you do? Communicate?
That's the other thing to think about. I just need to I need to see if it's even feasible before I waste time trying to think about what I'm going to say. So this is mostly just can we do this? And then once we find out if we can, then we decide how to do how and if we want to do this.
I'm agreeable as long as the price is right.
That does seem to be your general approach.
If your funds are low, I have something that needs doing. Perhaps you could help me.
Well, there's a lot of services trade around these parts anymore.
It's hard to find good help these days, unfortunately.
I can understand that.
Well, do you have funds, or are you interested in hearing what I need done?
What do you need done? We don't have a lot of time, though, so it needs to be quick.
Oh, something quick. A few things you could help me with. There is a perfume merchant in town who has a rare bottle of a scent that I really crave. But he won't sell it to me. Apparently he's withholding it for the queen herself. If you could convince him to give it up or steal it, I'll do this for you for free.
Think to myself about bombing Zoo and knocking her unconscious so she can forget this conversation so that I can go do this myself. Realizing that it probably won't fly with Osrin, I will feel bad about it.
What won't fly? It's a bottle of perfume. I don't care if he's keeping it for the queen. That's stupid.
No, Zoo didn't like the idea of us stealing the spell book. I'm sure that Zoo will not be okay with us stealing the... But I'm not saying this out loud. I'm contemplating this in my head.
I would be disappointed in you, and I would not want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
So if it was just you doing it all yourself, then...
I mean, you don't have to steal it. Like you said, you could just convince him to give it to you some way or another.
Yeah, the way I would do that is I would bomb him, make him forget, and make him think that I was there to pick it up for the queen.
Well, there you go. That's technically not stealing if he gives it to you.
Yeah, but it is illegal if I bomb him before that.
If that sounds like too much trouble, you can always just give me plain old gold, and we can get this over with.
Well, we'll think about it. We'll think on it a little bit. We need to discuss it as a crew, and
Fair
better to
enough.
make sure that we're all on the same page first.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys can head out. The scout will... He can have already shared the memory, so you don't need the scout anymore. He'll just share the memory with him, and he'll take off. You guys can gather together at a small tavern or something just to get some privacy and talk about this, or you can walk and talk on your way to the market stalls. It's up to you. But I'll just place you getting some early lunch and enjoying the hustle and bustle of the city. It seems a lot more lively. People moving around, a lot more people in the taverns lately. You guys have brought some drinks and some decent food. And you guys can discuss your plans or do some accounting of your funds, see if you want to just pay it or do these tasks.
What's this marionette thing you want to do?
I can take control of somebody else's body if they'll let me.
Just because you would want to be the one talking to the demon?
I feel like I'll know the best things to say if I can figure out a line of communication. The problem is I don't know that I can. Yes, of course.
Sometimes you just try and answer the question without actually answering it, so I have to make sure I know what you're
answered
talking
the question, you just didn't understand the answer.
about. I mean, the answer was yes. And then you could elaborate.
No, the answer was more complicated than that.
Well, do you want to know how much money I got?
Yeah, where are we at on funds?
Well, I'd say close to 1,100 platinum altogether.
1,100 platinum?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I mean, not close. So more like 1085 in platinum.
Okay.
Good chunk of change.
Mm-hmm.
You would
The other
know.
thing is go ahead.
I would just say you would know just from your dealings in the city that's way more than enough than he'd want for this. He'd probably want 200 to 500 platinum, depending on how well you talk to him.
Yeah, it is still just a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, I had one more question for them. Does this thing seem more active during the night or during the day?
Yeah, they let you know they watched it for a few days, and it usually disappears during the night and is in the camp during the day.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably safest for it if it's like out hunting or doing whatever it's doing in the night.
They let you know that it is teleporting somewhere each night to do something, and then they saw it return. At least in the 3 days they were keeping tabs on the camp. Each night it would teleport, come back early morning, stay there during the day, and then same thing.
Are the creatures still there when it teleports? The other little creatures?
Yeah, the halfling will pipe in. Yep, I saw them hanging around, patrolling the area, no matter if he was there or not.
Do these things have a way to communicate with it?
I don't think so. I think they're given a task by their creator, and then they kind of just do their thing until they're no longer able to.
So we could teleport out there in the evening. We could try to take one of these things. And maybe set up something for this creature when it teleports back.
Take one of the halflings to try and get information from them, or what?
No, I mean one of the things that
Oh, the bots.
yeah. Did it seem like he always teleports back to basically exactly the same spot?
Yeah.
Alright, I think then I want to just kind of run through these questions because there's a lot that could be role played out. I would go to ATL and ask if he has access to like a spell that if someone were to teleport to a spot would there be some kind of reaction that would occur?
You asking for
A
teleport
what?
trap?
A reaction?
Either teleport trap or there's another one. There's but I think that's only when they go out of it. Conjuration foil, I think is the name of the other spell.
I think you have to be in their presence when they do that.
Yeah, for conjuration foil you do. But conjuration foil is at least the one that I would that my character is more likely to be able to reference. And then ask if he has anything that would be maybe stronger than that, or that would do something similar but greater.
Yeah, I'm just looking up what circle spells he has access to.
Yeah, I feel like
there we
probably
go.
not. I feel like he's probably 5th circle, if that. Because I think when last we had talked to him, he couldn't cast scrying.
Oh yeah, teleport trap is level 7. He definitely does not have that.
Okay.
He definitely can hook you up with some conjuration foil shenanigans if you want. Which is actually just a flat out good way to stop teleportation, which is another good
Yeah, we just need a way to cast it. I guess to get a single-use copy of it. No, conjuration foil is if any creature would enter or depart the area via a summoning or teleportation effect.
Mm-hmm. You just have to...
The only problem is the secondary part of it, which is and arrives in a random similar location. Oh no, within the triggering ranges effect. Okay, so we'd be within.
It's only lasts
100
one
some
round,
feet
though.
with us. Oh yeah, that's right. You have to know precisely when he's arriving. All right, that won't work then either. Either way, I think it would be a good idea to go out there in the morning.
Okay. Bless you.
Thank you.
Zoom tight.
Can we find out if there's somebody who can teleport us there and back? Whether it be paying Atiel or finding somebody that Gabby works with that we can pay. Because I don't think Galamaphy probably doesn't, since Galamaphy's a bard.
Yeah, you can find someone to teleport you there for a nominal cost. It's really close to the city.
Like, how long a travel are we looking at, though?
Yeah.
Like, if we didn't travel, if we didn't teleport.
Let us see. It is about 12 miles out of town. So
Okay, so it's not really
it's not
all
bad,
that bad.
yeah. On horseback, that's like a few hours or whatever.
Preferably, probably don't want to do horseback, but if we could do... These are more pricey than I thought. They don't really increase a whole lot.
Looking at teleport traffic.
No, I was looking at boots of shredding and springing. But they are not the boots they are from the good old 3.5 days. Well, we could always travel out there on foot, right? That's what, 12 miles on foot. Fuck. Yeah, so we can move 3 miles an hour if we walk. So we can get there in 4 hours.
Encounter things along the way, though.
Yeah, we could, but I don't think that's as big a deal.
No, it's just a potential risk in terms of having to wait to potentially, rest up and heal if we end up needing to deal with something. I know we're trying to get this taken care of ASAP.
Well, this would be related to us trying to get it taken care of. This would be step one to dealing with it. Get out there. If we can get out there before this thing is awake, then we can try to take out these other smaller creatures. but it may decide to leave the area if it arrives and those creatures aren't there. So it might just have to like set up there, hunker down, and decide to take it out then. But we'll need some way to dimensionally anchor it.
Should we
Which we
just pay
probably-
a teal to come with us?
Huh?
Should we just pay a teal to come with us?
I don't think we can afford that. And I don't think the shopkeep is going to want to put himself in harm's way. I wish phase locking was a little more than a round. Does that mean that Zoo would have to hit every round in order to hold the creature in place? How hard is this thing to hit?
Would these be like arrows? Or...
Yeah, so phase locking is a weapon special ability. If you look it up on the SRD, it is a creature damaged by it is affected as though by the dimensional anchor spell for 1 round. And they don't get to save against it. The downside is you have to hit. I think you could reliably hit this thing. The problem is we then need to make sure you can get past its DR of 10. Which means you'd either have to hit it at least 2 to 3 times to make sure you deal damage, or we need to make sure that you have some way to overcome 10 DR for good, which is one of the harder ones to overcome. Though we could get it both. We could get both phase locking and I think it's aligned is the other one. That line weapon lasted longer. The thing. Why can't I find it? There's 2 weapons. Axiomatic, is that the stupid term? Or not axiomatic, the other one. Holy, that's it. Okay, so we'd be looking at like, even by a couple of these arrows, we're looking at basically +5 weapons, or +5 enhancement or enchantments. So that would be. I mean, we're looking at 1,000 golden arrow, essentially. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not particularly cost effective.
Yeah, not having a proper wizard or cleric is pretty rough.
If you guys so need, you can call in your wizard friend to help. If you don't have any other easy options to you.
I want to share XP with that bitch.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, so this might be doable. There is a silver nail that we could try to embed in it.
Silver nail.
Now, see, this only prevents as per dimensional anchor. Oh no, it prevents
That's
it from
perfect.
escaping as per dimensional anchor. But it has to be used against a helpless or pinned evil outsider. That part I missed. Oh no, the nail, to use a silver nail, the bearer must take a full round action and succeed at a touch attack. Oh no, but then it says when used against a helpless or pinned evil outsider. I don't...
I would say it's a creative item. I would ignore the line about having to be helpless or pinned. If you can full round action, touch attack, nail it, I'll say it'll work. Because that's a pretty creative item that I haven't heard of before.
Either way, getting one of these is useful. It's only 2,100 gold, so 210 platinum.
You want me to take it off?
Yeah.
Cool item. Do you need me to drag it on your sheet for you, or do you have it?
It has been paid.
And I think on top of that, we should get... Damn it. Should cost to get like 10 of these. Michelle, you took cluster shot, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Clustered shots. Total the damage from all the hits before applying that opponent's damage reduction. That is good. Against DR'd opponents.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, was there anything else you guys wanted to get in preparation, or?
I think the way we could do this the best, if we have access to the NPC to at least teleport us in and out,
Yeah.
and if we still have access to Ronald,
Sure.
we could set ourselves up a number of rounds to teleport in silenced, because Calphine has the ability to do a silenced teleport. So she could teleport us in. We can have silence from Ronald and a line weapon from Ronald. So we'd have like 7 rounds of silence and 70 minutes or 7 minutes, I think. 7 minutes of a line weapon. So if we appear there in the evening, then we can try to get in, try to take the things out quick enough, and if you can pin it, then we're good. Because it'll basically be on Osrin to pin the thing.
Pin it using what?
Using the silver pin. Or the silver nail. So you basically, instead of attacking it for one round, you try to stab the nail into it.
It doesn't matter where?
No.
Okay.
Any thoughts? Any?
Mission.
Any ideas? Opposed ideas? Any suggestions?
I will go second.
You cut out at the beginning of whatever you said.
Oh, I just said I would go second, meaning I will let Michelle speak first.
I haven't come up with anything else. So.
Do we know anything about the bots in terms, like, are we worried about being able to take them down, or we feel like that would be pretty easy?
I couldn't find the details on those things.
What do you want to know? They're pretty, not very formidable. 21 AC, low saves, 70 health. They have construct traits, so you can't crit them, or precision damage doesn't work on them, which isn't a big deal for you guys. The main thing that they do that could be annoying is they have the ability once per round. They can discharge a line of fire from its spear. It has a 40-foot reach, and it deals 66 of fire damage against a single target, but the reflex save is pretty easy, DC 14 for half damage.
Still a lot of damage. 33 damage, like...
36 of it max rolled everything, so half that on average. Not that scary. It has DR10 hyphen, which means you can't overcome that, I think.
Correct.
It's immune to magic, not a big deal for you guys. They are very vulnerable to water, though. Create water spell, a large bucket, or a blow from a water elemental that strikes the skeleton. It has to make a save, or it becomes staggered. And if you immerse it in water, it needs to make a save or takes damage every round.
I wonder if we should try and get a spell for that, or just, I don't know, bring a bucket of water when we teleport.
Just dunk a water. Just buckets of water.
I just want to make sure we're able to kind of reserve our energy for the demon itself, so I want to make sure we have a plan for the skeletons.
Well, so here's some of my thinking, okay? I don't know how well these things are going to be able to see, but if this thing does sleep at night and we teleport in, we can potentially sneak past the constructs, get close enough to it and fight it, and hopefully take it down before the constructs really get too much of a chance to do us any damage.
I can try.
You would know they do have dark vision, but their perception is not very
plus
good.
28, I hope.
No, I don't think they have good perception. Their perception is +0, so it's a flat out D20. See if they notice anything. And you want to avoid hitting them with unarmed attacks, which none of you do anyway, so I just avoided it. I didn't talk about that, but... other than that, yeah.
Is there anything else we want to talk about or get?
Just a quick correction.
Besides talking to Ron.
Yeah, you mentioned it's sleeping at night. It was mentioned that it teleports away at night.
I'm sorry, in the day is when we were going, not in the night. So
yeah, during the day it's not sleeping. It's just hanging around, maybe sleeping.
Oh, it just doesn't seem to sleep?
When the 3 days that they watched it, it wasn't sleeping. But
Okay.
maybe it does sleep now. It can't stay up forever. It would be exhausted, I guess. But
Well, it could. It could also have a ring that they didn't identify. Alright, that makes this a little harder. That still goes back to then, the strategy would be to pick off some of these things at night if we could, one at a time, but I don't know how well we could pick them off one at a time.
you guys could scout the area out yourselves so you get an idea of their positions as well, if that helps as well. You don't have to go there and do it all in the same time. You can scout it out, regroup, and come back later.
I don't want to get it over with, but I suppose scouting it might be wise.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I was hoping the other party members would have an opinion on it.
I'm still thinking the amber creatures are maybe a little more dangerous than I think they are.
Yeah, the fire ability is pretty concerning.
Well, the one I read, it has an even more powerful ability that I don't know if they just don't have specifically, or
What is that?
an engulf ability.
No, they don't have that.
Okay.
They just have the heated body, firebolt, immunity to magic, and vulnerability to water.
Okay.
The heated body is only relevant if you guys plan on striking it with your
hands.
Yeah, which you're not. None of you are doing. So.
See, I don't think those things are going to be a big issue then. Like, I think the big issue is just going to be this thing, and these other things are going to be there to kind of throw us off a bit.
I think seeing their position could help.
I would
'Cause
agree.
if they're far enough away from where the guy comes in, then we could sneak past them and just stay around where he's gonna show up.
Yeah, but they said they were clearing an area, so I think either way, I think it's important that we take a trip out there and see what the area looks like, one way or another.
Well, do you want to travel then by foot out there and save our teleports for when we're going for combat?
I would say probably yes, because our access to teleport is just regular teleport, not greater teleport. So there's a slim enough chance that we end up somewhere else. Because we're basically going to get we're basically going to get viewed once on the chart, and there's just enough of a percentage that that's a chance I don't want to take of us ending up God knows where. So I think if we travel out there on foot, we try to stay as quiet as we can. What I would like to do is have Ronald make like a single-use breakable item of silence. So like something that like is, I don't know, like a ball that we crush in our hand and it creates an aura of silence where we crushed it. Or we activate it somehow and like leave it sit there and it creates the aura of silence.
Sure.
And then I'll figure out the price for that.
That's for the actual combat, though, right?
Yeah, it's for the actual combat. But I'll come up with some items for that. But otherwise, yeah, we should go scout it first. I'm just a little worried we'll end up in combat, so maybe I should... I don't think it's going to cost all that much to make it. Hold on. Let me... Because Ronald has access to silence, and if he just does it at max level...
We also just scout during the night while, the big creature's probably not going to be there.
Yeah, that would be, I think, the plan. It might be a little more dangerous at night, but I think we can handle it.
Alrighty. So you guys are traveling by foot?
Yeah. Yeah, so can you spend 70 platinum? And then we'll have that little, like, I don't know, what do you call them? Marble. Like a marble of silence. A single-use marble of silence. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just getting your stuff all ready here.
And then getting other stuff ready for the day. I would prep false life. So 9 temporary hit points. So place.
Your video's so weird.
What do you mean?
Now it just stopped. At least for me, in Discord at the top, like third or half of your screen had been like flashing like mix of neon colors, like pink and green.
Oh, that's unnerving.
I
But
was
then when you
getting
came
like
back,
little pixelated at the top,
Oh,
and then
okay.
it was
So
like
Yeah.
flashing between two different like stills of yourself.
Yep, that's the issue with the connectivity. I really need this right now.
Are you guys ready to head out there? Get all the things you need?
I am.
Double
I'm just
checking
waiting to
few-
see about Oz.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure so here. I think that, and then those were the two I wanted to run. This is something that I would give to Osrin to drink when we get into the area, just to be safe, or if we end up in combat somehow.
A blade of barrier.
Yeah. But it's an armor bonus. I guess that part doesn't matter. What I'm really doing is just trying to make sure you're less likely to die with it. Yeah, I missed that it was an armor bonus. It's fine. So yeah.
Yeah, you guys approach the area and you're at the bottom of this cliff side where you were told it's somewhere up there, and you guys can start climbing it.
Oh wow, we got there with no problems along the way. That's
no
awesome.
issues.
Lucky.
So you guys are here on nighttime, so if you don't have a light source or dark vision, it'll be hard to see, but you should still be able to see a bit. Unless you have literally
How high up is it? Like, does it...
You're currently at the spot where you're on the map. You're like, maybe you've traveled like 60 feet vertically at this point. And there's still a ways to go up.
Yeah, okay.
I do have dark vision.
Are you able
We
to
all
see?
have dark vision. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't remember.
So everyone can see then?
Yep, we are all goblinoids.
Alrighty.
Are we supposed to be able to see stuff?
Yeah, for some reason your
Yes.
character sheet did not have dark vision on it, but I just added it. I think the pupper doesn't. I think I gave it dark vision just so it could see, right? I'll just give it. Cause you can...
But you have like, there's like a ledge here that we can't see over.
Yeah.
Okay.
The height of it is blocking your view. You have to go up the path if you want to see further.
The path is behind us or in front of us?
You're going north.
Up.
Okay.
Up, yeah.
That's why. All right, yeah, let's do this as stealthily as possible.
Yeah, give me stealth rolls if you're approaching stealthily.
Yep.
Very nice.
We'll let the Big be a ways behind, right? Because Big stealth is not super good.
Yeah.
Sure. How far is Big behind you? Minimum will be 30 feet, but I don't know if you want it further than that.
Probably further than that. We don't want big to set it off, so probably like 60. I mean, 60 to 90 feet, because Big's, able to run up. So
Okay.
I would think, right? Any objections?
Sounds good to me.
All right. Yeah, you can measure out 30 feet with your stealth check, and then move that, and then if you want to keep moving, you can give me another stealth roll. Well, technically, it should be your speed. I don't know if you guys are 30 or whatever your speed is.
20, but
From that point, no perception needed, but you can hear the crunching of leaves or sticks, and you just hear things moving around to the north of you, or northeast of you, I guess.
oh, we need more new stealth checks.
Ooh.
Get to here.
Very good.
Oh. That's a weird glitch.
What?
If I have nothing selected, I can see further than if I have something selected.
Really?
Than if I have my character selected, yeah. I've never seen that happen before.
Yeah, this map's lighting is a little wonky.
And then, yeah, next stealth check. Oof. Fours are not in the numerical range I'm supposed to roll.
But at that point, Waz, you can see there are two skeletons that are patrolling. So they're not statically there. They're like walking a few paces.
Okay, so
here
that's
and
why
there.
you had it move. Got it. All right, I'll have everybody halt. And then are there any trees or anything? Is any of these higher things tree cover, or is it all stone cover?
That's all stone, but you can't see it yet. But there are trees around.
What, this stuff over here is grass?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll move into that, I think.
Guys are stealthy.
Am I
Again.
supposed to not see anyone else when I'm selected on my phone?
I moved out of sight range of people, so
Well, I should be still. Like, sometimes I can see people and then they just disappear.
Yeah,
John
that's
is
what
moving
happens to me.
the skeletons around.
Okay. Like, Osborne's still right there, and then I click on myself and then.
Yeah, that's happening to me too. I don't know why that's happening.
Oh, I thought it was something about like, oh, it's so dark.
No, yeah, like
Can
when I
barely
click on
see each
her
other.
character, Osrin's like token just sometimes disappears for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, if I move myself, then I can see.
It seems to happen with, like, every
Do?
token except Big.
Yeah, it seems like every time you move it, there's some server lag or something. It's like updating your position or something. I don't know.
It's probably just more because of the whatchamacallit.
So you
Is
guys
this a
went down?
giant pile of rocks here, John?
Yes.
I'm the only one who's moved that way. I think Osrin is still staying in the same spot. I'm actually gonna try to like, do these wrap all the way around here?
Yes.
Okay, so I could potentially like move a little ways back and then fly up towards higher up towards the top of these rocks.
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay, so I want to try to get vision from up top of these, and then kind of overlook the area.
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
Okay. Let me give you this as I go around back and then come up the front.
Nice.
And I don't know where the ledge is, but... Now all the things are gone.
Yeah, it's like takes like a second. You have to like click on and off, and then it's like
Okay.
lagging a bit. But yeah, if you click on and off, you can should be able to see them. They keep disappearing. I don't know why.
Which direction should I move to go closer to the sound?
To the
You would go
sound.
north, but you want to be careful because we'll end up fighting them if you move too much further forward.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see.
And now I
There's,
see Zoo again.
yeah, the map is like lagging a bit or something. Maybe like maybe I'll
Oh,
just.
there it is. I was zoomed out far enough that, or zoomed in far enough that I did not see the skeleton over there.
I'm not sure what the setting is here, but I don't.
It's definitely 6 of them. Are they different colors on purpose, John, or is that just the dark vision?
It should be giving you black and white vision with dark vision, but I'm trying to.
Oh, part of why I also don't see it is where I'm at. I'm just technically off the map. And it apparently takes your vision away when you're not on the map.
Yeah, I'm trying to just make it so that it's like daytime so you can see better, but I don't know. Something's wonky with this map, or it's lagging or something. But
Either way, it looks like there are 6 of them.
yes.
What are they up to right now?
You can see them, or at least Waz can. They're just patrolling like 5 to 10 feet from their static position. I'm not going to keep moving them, but they're moving like
Okay, just
every once in a
walking
while.
back and forth.
Yeah. Mindlessly. You notice they have these big amber jewels in their eye sockets that kind of mimic eyes.
And I feel like a bit like I should just Obi-Wan this shit. I have the higher ground.
And it's not
You should
detailed
what?
on
Obi-Wan it?
Yeah, just start chucking bombs down on him.
it's not detailed on the map, but there is like a cleared like camp kind of thing like right here. So it would just be like a tent and like a fire pit or something that's like put out now, but
Okay. I think this is enough info to go on now, so we may want to just retreat back.
You don't want to just bomb a few.
I'm worried if we make it known that people know where this thing is, it won't stick around here any longer.
Yeah, that seems like a possibility.
all right, back to town.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have a. If your nat ones are higher than 20s, they can't detect you guys. So you guys can get back to town without an issue.
Then yeah, I think at the very least in the night that could work. I think this thing will perceive us potentially, but if we can sneak up on this thing, we might have a shot. Or we can get there during the start of the evening, or like, but a little before evening, clear out its minions, and then like wait for it to arrive. And then try to take it out.
We haven't talked to Ronald yet, have we?
Not in detail. I got the item from him, but that's about it.
Did you want to say anything to Ronald?
You had to get an item that gives the silence in the aligned weapon.
I didn't get something for the aligned weapon yet. The aligned weapon's a little harder.
Okay.
Well, any details of plans you want to lay down in stone now, and then we can kind of pick up next week?
I think either way, the plan is just to assault it. I think if we can utilize the silence to our advantage, hopefully we can just get in, get it hit with the nail, and clean up shop. And hopefully the skeletons will be of like minor to moderate threat in the process.
I add this nail to my character sheet.
Oh, I need to pass it to you. Sorry, I've got it.
Oh, okay.
You should have it now.
Over now. Yeah.
All right, I've given you some experience for the session, and I guess if that's everything, we can call it here. Thanks
Good
for
game.
Yeah, GG's. Thanks for everyone who was watching, and stream is going down.